All right, today we're diving into something truly mind-bending, the cosmic blueprint laid out in the Bhagavad Gita. It's a vision of the universe that's going to challenge just about everything you thought you knew about where it all began. You know, when we think about how the universe started, what usually comes to mind? A big bang, right? A single point in time when there was nothing, and then boom, there was something. It's a story we all know. Well, the Gita just takes that entire idea and flips it completely on its head. It tells the story of a reality that has no starting point, a universe that's eternal and always in motion. And trust me, that one little change makes all the difference. So the big question is, how does that even work? How can you possibly have creation without a beginning? The Gita's answer is that the universe isn't a straight line. It's a circle, constantly becoming over and over again. To really get this, we need to wrap our heads around one key Sanskrit word, anadi. It literally means beginningless. And according to the Gita, the two basic ingredients of all reality, that's matter and spirit, are both anadi. They've always been here. So creation isn't about making something out of nothing. Nope. It's more like an infinite cosmic dance, a constant remix of what has always existed. So to understand this cosmic remix, the Gita breaks everything, and I mean everything, down into just two fundamental parts. Think of it as the ultimate duo, the field and the knower of the field. On one side, you've got Prakriti, which is the field. This is all the stuff of the universe, the planets, the stars, your body, your phone. It's the stage where the whole show happens. But here's the catch. By itself, it's just inert, lifeless. Then on the other side, you have Purusha, the knower. This is pure consciousness. It's the seer, the witness, the audience watching the play unfold on that stage. And this is where it gets really wild. The Gita says the field isn't just the physical world out there. It also includes our inner world, your ego, your intellect, even your mind and your senses. They're all part of the field. Now think about that for a second. That means your thoughts, your feelings, that's not the real you. That's all just part of the external machinery that the real you, the knower, is simply watching. Okay, so that leads to a huge question, right? If the entire material universe, our minds included, is just a lifeless stage, what turns the lights on? What makes the show begin? The answer is a divine spark, a deliberate interaction that ignites all of that dormant matter and gives rise to the incredible diversity of the cosmos. The Gita uses this incredibly powerful metaphor to explain it. Material nature, Prakriti, is described as this vast, fertile womb, but it's dormant. Creation only kicks off when the divine, Krishna, places the seed of consciousness into that womb. It is, quite literally, an act of cosmic procreation. And this whole process unfolds in 4 clear steps. First, there's a divine will for creation to happen. Second, that will wakes up all of material nature. Third, the universe starts evolving, moving from a subtle, potential state into the solid reality we see. And finally, individual souls, all of us knowers, enter different material bodies, all based on our past actions, our karma. But wait a minute. If it's all made from one basic field, how do we get such incredible variety? I mean, a rock, a rose, a person, how? The Gita explains this with a concept called the gunas. The best way to think of them is like the DNA of reality. There are these 3 fundamental forces that get mixed and matched in different combinations to create, well, everything. So these 3 forces are sattva, which is all about goodness, harmony, and clarity. Then you've got rajas, that's passion, activity, that restless energy to get things done. And finally, there's tamas, which is inertia, ignorance, and darkness. Every single thing in the universe, from your mood this morning to a distant star, is just a unique recipe blending these 3 forces. And that blend determines not just what something is, but how it binds our consciousness to this material world. Now, this whole creation process, it's not a one-and-done deal, not even close. It happens over and over and over again on a timescale that is, honestly, it's almost impossible to wrap your head around. Get ready for this number, 4.32 billion years. That's the length of a single day of Brahma. One cycle of the universe being created, existing, and dissolving. And according to the Gita, that's just one day in a life that is full of them. This cycle has happened countless times before, and it will happen countless times again. So during this cosmic day, at the dawn of Brahma, all beings pop into existence from this unmanifest potential state. For those 4.32 billion years, the universe is alive and evolving. That's the cosmic daytime. And then at dusk, everything dissolves right back into that potential state, just waiting for the next cosmic sunrise to do it all over again. And what's so cool is that the Gita brings this huge cosmic rhythm right down to our level. It talks about a parallel cycle here on Earth, the yajna cycle. The idea here is that our selfless actions and offerings actually sustain the cosmic order. This in turn provides the rain, which grows our food, which sustains all of us. It's this beautiful spiritual ecology showing that we're not just spectators. Our active, harmonious participation is essential to keeping the world going. But this all leads to a fascinating paradox. How can the Creator be the source of absolutely everything, but also remain totally separate from these endless cycles of birth and death? The Gita gives us one of its most famous and beautiful metaphors to explain this. The Divine Presence says, "Everything rests upon me, as pearls are strung on a thread." Let's unpack that because it's brilliant. The pearls are everything we can see, the galaxies, the stars, every living being. They're beautiful and diverse, but the thread that holds them all together, that gives them structure and stops them from scattering into chaos, that thread is invisible. The entire universe is supported by this hidden divine reality, but that reality is obscured by the very creation it's holding up. And that's how the paradox gets solved. The divine is like a supervisor. It provides the will and the energy for creation, but it's material nature, Prakriti, that handles all the mechanics, all the heavy lifting. This allows the source to remain transcendent and unattached, kind of like a director who sets a play in motion but isn't bound by the drama happening on stage. Okay, so we've gone through this incredibly detailed cosmic map, but why? Why is all of this so important? The Gita is very clear. This isn't just some abstract philosophy. This is a practical tool. The whole point of understanding this cosmic blueprint is to achieve liberation. It's designed to help you stop identifying with the temporary, material field, your body, your thoughts, your ego, and to realize your true identity as the eternal, conscious knower, the silent witness to it all. And that leaves us with one final, profound question to think about. What changes in your life right now if you shift your perspective from being an actor caught up in the drama to being the audience, the eternal consciousness, simply watching a magnificent and divine play unfold? Thanks for joining us on this cosmic journey.